I guess sound like every other YouTube channel out there. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. All that bullshit. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Garage Guy TV. Today, I think we're going to focus more on the Can-Am build. Got a lot done off camera that you guys haven't seen, so I think we'll have to go back through and backlog some of that piece by piece. But today, I think we're going to try to accomplish is to finish the motor mounts. Probably have to drop by and get some steel and make a few errands and all that, but start the truck up and we can talk about it. All right, if you watched my last video, which not many people did, but that's okay too. I mentioned that I had a couple of different irons in the fire, one of them being the Can-Am, one of them being what the content was about, which is my 99 second gen Cummins. And the other thing that I mentioned was this truck, which is a 2019 Ram Dually 3500. I have some pretty big plans for this. Nothing like SEMA crazy or anything like that. Probably just a simple lift, maybe some 26s and 37s, maybe some 26s and 40s, maybe some 24s and 37s. I don't know. That'll be something that maybe we'll just I even considered building my own lift, so it'll just be a journey, and I guess we'll take it one day at a time. But the matter at hand, the Can-Am Commander. I guess you can't really call it a Commander much anymore. It's more like a Frankenstein side-by-side pickup truck wannabe thing. So once again, if you watched my last video, at the very end I showed a before and after pic of the Can-Am. Before was whenever I first bought it. I bought it used off of my brother, actually. It was just a 2012 Commander made by Can-Am. Had stock size tires and wheels on it, nothing crazy. All terrains, DOT approved, just real simple stuff. Anyway, it's a 1000, and took it out, and it's relatively low miles. It was relatively maintained, but as you know, if you've owned a side-by-side or known someone that does, you know that they break a lot. Stupid shit. So I took it out, I don't know, maybe 6-7 times, and it broke down on me about 4 or 5. You know how it goes. And I suppose that could have just been, it's been sitting in a while, and it could have just been that weaker links were showing themselves. But I don't know, one time that really got me pissed off was, well, I was about 4 miles down a riverbed, and it was just me and my wife. They say ride in groups for reasons of I'm about to tell you. So we get stuck with a broken tie rod end about 4 miles down a riverbed, and the only thing between me and my pickup truck is 4 miles of sand and water. It was terrible. It took us almost all day to get back. So I figured, well, I started looking around, so what can I do to maybe help out the dependability of this thing? And everything I'd really found online that was really of substance was for a Polaris. So I thought, well, how hard could it be to straight axle a son of a bitch? How hard could it be? A little 4-link, maybe some coilovers or something like that. Anyway, pretty fucking hard. And not necessarily like hard as in can't figure it out hard, just hard as in growing pains and dealing with things as they come up. So I decided to just go with some Sammy axles and the smaller tire originally, and I hadn't really found many builds on it or anything like that, so it was kind of uncharted territory. I found out that the Can-Ams are reverse rotation. So basically, if I would have hooked everything up, put the drive shafts in, stomped on the gas, it would have gone in reverse 100 miles an hour, however fast they go, speed of smell. So, oh well, shit. It's hard to take it apart. Why not just throw a reliable motor and trans in it that I know is reliable, that I've used in the past, I've beat the hell out of, to be frank, and never had any issues out of. So that's what I did. I went and got myself a 1986 Toyota 4-cylinder 22R, 5-speed manual, 4-wheel drive, so transfer case included. And that brings us to our topic for today, which is going to be motor mounts. So I have an idea how I want to do the motor mounts, but basically at this point, the motor is sitting in the frame rails, the trans cross member is in. I need to mock up the motor mounts so I can then mock up a cross member under the engine. And then once that's completed, then I can start working on bracing the front end for the top section, because I don't have much room width-wise, so I can't brace it and weld it and be able to still get the motor out. So I got some ideas and now we're going to tackle that as well. But anyway, that's the subject for today. Thanks for coming on the drive with me, and I'll see you when we get back to the house. All right, here we are back at the house. Last time I left you guys off, I had different clothes on and we were in my pickup. I got home, put some working clothes on and prepared my little workshop. After all, this is Garage Guy TV, and here's the guy, there's the garage, and there's the TV. That sounded fake as fuck, didn't it? Disappointed in myself. So just to kind of show you what I've done. Suzuki Samurai axles, trussed, 4-linked with BigShocks.com coilovers. Got some trash in the bed, don't worry about that. Built these for shock mounts and for a little more support. Total extension is 4 feet from this point here, was sleeved in to the stock Can-Am frame. And then back portion braced, then straight lined back to here. Just got my 4-link brackets coming in underneath here. I have what I call a ladder bar. I'm not sure what everyone else calls it, but basically it's just a support that ran all the way from the front up there all the way back here, and 2x4 rectangle tubing here, same on the other side, braced straight across here with the same 2x4 square or rectangle tubing drilled out and then bolted for transmission cross member. As discussed, the 1986 Toyota 22R with transmission, manual trans. Took the frame, cut it here, and the other side of that cut was right here. Extended it out 18 inches, sleeved inside of here, welded it back, and then I took this 2x3 rectangle tubing, notched it, slid it back to right about here, which that allowed me to re-weld inside here. And then I took this, slid it forward, re-welded here, then re-welded all my slots. And then I welded in a top beam for support from up here straight down. Now the next thing to do
is run a cross member underneath the motor, the engine, like as we've discussed, and then run supports from here, this top bar here, to here. And now what I'm doing is I took some 2x4 1/8" square tubing, or rectangular tubing rather, and I cut it down to fit. So I cut off one whole back section of about 1.25 inches. I'm gonna sleeve it over the top of that, and then what I'll do is I'll take, that's one of the stock motor mounts there. So basically, take this, I'll be cutting it off pretty square here, and then same up top, same bottom, get rid of this part, and then it'll weld straight to the top of here. And I'll do the same thing for the other side as well. All right, so I showed you how I was gonna mock it up and what needed to happen. So this is the final product. This is just the passenger side. So I've taken the motor mount, laid it up on top, welded it all up, ground it all down. Well, this wraps up another video for Garage Guy TV. As you saw, got a couple motor mounts done. There's still a whole lot more to do, but that's all we're gonna do for today. So I'm gonna sit back and enjoy a grown-up apple juice. Apple juice. And clean my ass up. Thanks for sticking around and watching me babble, watching me work. Subscribe if you'd like to stay with this build. If not, I appreciate you watching anyway. All right, guys, I'm out.